Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I'm Brendan Lee. In this video, I want to talk to you about cultivating calmness. Thanks for writing in. Hey, it comes from a forum post. If you want to check out the forum, check the links in the description, go to my website, find it. You know how to do these things. And this comes from a guy who I used to who apprenticed with me as if way back, from way back times. In this building. Oh man, that's interesting. Fun times. Now, so he's writing and he's now an EMT and he's doing some stuff, emergency services for other people. And he writes to the forum, "Hey all, I've recently changed jobs to one in which I deal with personal fear on a daily basis." He has a job that involves a lot of personal fear, city EMS and 911 in a city. "And I'm sometimes called to quite horrific things. I've determined that generating, maintaining, and portraying calmness is quite critical to my success in helping others. It's also something I'm personally struggling with quite a lot. How do I go about confronting that fear and cultivating calmness in the heat of the moment? What work can I do beforehand to make improvements overall? Thank you in advance." Cool. Hey, thanks for writing in. Good. Well, I can say some things to you that may help. How do I go about confronting that fear and cultivate calmness in the heat of the moment? Well, let's see. I've never been an EMS person, and I've never been exposed to overly horrific things for an extended period of time. Now, in terms of cultivating calmness, where my mind initially goes in trying to respond and answer this question in a way that is serving you and serving your ability to be calm is, I think about some of the situations where things are not calm, like if I do some Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or something, or some sort of martial endeavor where I'm now fighting, things are moving quickly and my mind wants to freak out, or if I get stuck in a rough place, it's like the tendency, and things are happening fast, the tendency is to want to be, like freak, panic. You see, fear, like you said, fear comes up. And that, I don't know that it's necessarily that you have to confront the fear, but rather don't go to fear when you're in that situation. Find a way to be in that situation and relate to the situation in a way that is calm. See, like, it seems there's a theme in my videos recently. It's like, you can't change the circumstance, which I want to amend, by the way, because in a previous video I said you cannot change the circumstance, but you can change how you relate to the circumstance. And I think that could have been heard like you have no control over your circumstances. That is not what I'm saying, what I said. That is not what I was trying to say. What I was trying to say with you cannot change your circumstance is after the circumstance has happened, you can't change it. You can change as much as you can change. You can organize yourself so that circumstances turn out a certain way. Like if I want to have, this is a simplistic and dumb example, but if I want to have a drink at a bar, I've got to put myself in the bar to have the drink. Then my circumstance changes, you see, so then I am changing my circumstance. What I meant to say, what I'm meaning more is when shit happens, after it's happened, it's over. You can't control what has happened, you see? So you can't control that, but you can control how you relate to what has happened, and probably more in your case, you have to control how you relate to things as they happen. Okay, so you got that? The first thing is control, what Rawlson has been harping on me for years, and I'm harping on myself now for years. Control your mind. Do not go to the place of fear. Do not go to the place of panic. You are there to serve the job. You're not there to serve your emotional problems or your emotional challenges. Okay? Your job is to be like the super calm, intelligent human being, and or, right. So now, about that, you go to a place and it's horrific. Start to recognize how horrific happens. There is nothing inherently horrific about a decomposing body. There is nothing inherently bad about a bullet entering a skull and blowing out the side of the head. There's nothing in terms of the bullet's perspective and the perspective of the skull and the debris and the liquid in the brains of the other person. There is nothing horrible there. Horrible only happens when you make something horrible. So don't make it horrible, or don't make it horrific, or don't make it something that you need to stress out about, or don't, And now, what I've just said, I've made a simple explanation. I did not say easy, okay? Because likely, if you try to do what I'm asking you to do, you're going to come slamming right into your preset programming and all the stuff that you deem necessary, and probably stuff that is, I imagine that there is stuff that is more, I'm imagining, okay? I'm imagining that there is stuff that's more hardwired for human beings. Like if we see another human body get destroyed, then we tend to have a certain reaction to that, all right? So as best you can, you could begin to work with these aspects of your mind, so that you don't go down certain roads and you are calm, and or come to a certain place of acceptance of the situation. Again, drawing from my experience doing stuff like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, at first, and other martial arts and other things, at first, being thrown into a situation like that with no experience, things are hectic, we don't know what's happening, it's like, it's chaotic, and then panic. Like people who are beginners, they tend to freak out. They panic. Why? Because they've never been exposed to it. They don't know. They're unsure about their ability to handle it, and it hits them in a very guttural place because it's literally like fighting. It'll activate those aspects of the brain, which it's real close to like life and death in terms of the brain. We're like, oh fuck, we're gonna die. So protect myself. So then there's stuff that hardwired or much more thickly wired in. See? I don't imagine that a child seeing another dead person, they have to be taught sort of what that means. Or if they see a broken body, I don't know what a small baby does when you give it a corpse to play with. That's a little fucked up, but right? You see? I think that's fucked up. Does a baby think that's fucked up? I don't know. I doubt it. They might just play with it, See, then the adults freak out, and the kid goes, oh, do I need to freak out about this? Again, pure speculation. I'm just trying to give you a different perspective. Okay? So then it seems to me that it is possible for you to then maintain a relationship about these things that is calm, perhaps curious. And the more you get exposed to it, you'll likely become desensitized to that, and then you can help maintain even more calm. Yeah? Again, I don't know. I don't have your job. I don't know what I would do. Probably a bunch of this stuff. And find a way to be calm. I would be, if I was panicked and my job, me being good at my job, demanded that I be calm, I would probably be very much searching for a way to become calm. I'd be trying all kinds of things. I'd be investigating calm, probably training being calm. Be like, Brendan, you got to get used to this now because this is your job. Either put up or shut up. Like, get used to this. Be calm about it. Why? Well, that's a better experience. It's a more powerful experience. It'll help me do my job better. There's a whole list of benefits and reasons why. Okay? All right, so now, but calmness is a function of your mind. Your ability to control your mind to calm down. You be calm. And calmness is not dependent on circumstance. It's what you do with your mind. It's what you do with circumstance. Some people can panic in certain circumstances. Other people, given the same circumstances, can remain calm. That means it is not the circumstance that causes the calmness. It is you. You have to find a way. Yeah? Okay. Now, you're also personally struggling with it quite a lot. I'm assuming the it is you're not calm. How do I go about confronting fear and cultivate calmness in the heat of the moment? About the confrontation, I would check out some of my other videos on like bottom line contemplation, where you take an aspect of yourself, a behavior that you have that's a recurring behavior that say you don't like or it's ineffective, and you focus on that behavior, like, oh, in this situation I panic. In this situation I panic. And then you focus on the panic aspect or whatever you have going on. You see the disturbance, whatever it is. Now, what's driving the disturbance? If you rip yourself off from the circumstance driving the disturbance, because any circumstance that slightly matched what you needed to be disturbed, you'd get disturbed. So what way are you built such that that disturbance you think is the appropriate thing to do? See, and investigate like the way you are such that that reaction is what to do. What way are you? Like, what's behind the disturbance? What way are you built such that, like, disturbance A comes out in these situations? It's like, I'm built a certain way, so then when this happens, we do this. Somebody else who's built a different way, when that same thing happens, they do that. You see the difference. So how do you go about investigating that? Focus on the disturbance itself and try to get, like, what's the stuff surrounding the disturbance itself? Yes, there's the circumstance, but that's your perception of the circumstance. That's not like what's going on. That's how you're perceiving it. Now, what's happening such that you're perceiving it that way? You see how that kind of takes it off of the circumstance and puts it back on you? You are the one perceiving. Why are you perceiving that way? And what is this you? How is it shaped, formed, built, constructed, whatever? Like, what's the you aspect? Not what's the circumstance, but the source of your perceptions of the circumstance, which is more in the direction of like you, yeah, in the background. I would take a look in there. In your experience, look in there. See what you can find and uncover. And then if you stop doing that, you'll know you're making progress when things that normally upset you don't upset you anymore. More like naturally. It seems to be the case. All right. Okay, so that I would invite you to do that. Now, some things you can do beforehand if you're working on being calm, is decide at the beginning of your shift or whatever, like, okay, I'm going to practice being really calm today, and train yourself, like, again, from my martial background, to align with the principle of being calm. And practice. All right, I'm normally panicked, but I'm going to practice not panicking. How do you do that? You don't panic. Like when I'm training in martial stuff, it's more like telling my mind, don't go there, don't go there, don't go there, don't go there. I have to know where, like, not to go. Not where to go, but more where I shouldn't go. Because if I go down there, I'm dead. If I go down there, my mind's going to go. If I go there, nope, it's not going to work. You see? So nope. So my mind wants to go, kind of like a dog wanting to go somewhere. It's like, yeah, nope. And be calm. All right? So that's something you can do. Another thing you can do is consider, if you focus on your body, like if you focus on the center of your body, your mind will tend to calm down. You're focusing on an object. And that object is very still. It's always present when you're awake. It doesn't talk. And your mind, if you focus there, your mind will tend to calm. Or if you focus on objects, that is stuff that is, again, not in your head, it's out there. And objects, again, don't talk, they don't care, they're already calm. So you're focusing on something that is already calm, and where you put your attention is like as if what will fill your experience when you do that. See, so if you focus on the objects, you're not focusing on yourself. You're not focusing on what your reactions are. You're not focusing on what's inside your own head or your own world. Focus on the external world, and that will also help tend to calm the mind. Yeah? And focus on feeling what's out there, like its shape. you know. The shape of the objects related to the shape of your body. Not like, what is my reaction to the objects? That's a different thing. Do I like it? Do I not like it? That's focusing on your own self. But what's over there? Oh, it's just that. You know, does it talk? Do the objects talk, you know? If they do, you may have a problem, okay? Maybe too many mushrooms, too much LSD, all right? So those are some things you can do to remain calm. All right, help you with your calmness. And then train it. Train it a lot, and you'll start to see a difference consistently over time. What work can I do beforehand to make improvements overall? Thank you in advance. Thank you in advance. Hey, you're welcome. Yeah, that's what I've got for you there. And you could also seek guidance from others who, if you see somebody, here's another thing you can do, right? If you see somebody who's got those traits that you want, ask them about it. Like, hey, how you look like you are a calm motherfucker. Could you tell me what that's like or how you do that? Or I mean, they may not even know because oftentimes people don't understand really what's going on. But you could pick their brain a little bit. Ask them about their experience. Like, what is it like to, when you see that, like, how do you deal with it? And you'll get different perspectives. And that will also help you in learning and growing and understanding more for yourself. So, you know, don't be shy in asking other people. Other people often have, you know, lots of information that you wouldn't know if you don't ask. See? Talk to the older guys. Like if you got people in the biz over there where you are that have been around, like they've been doing that job for a long time, go talk to them. You know, the ones that are like, look like they got their shit together, they've been at it for a long time. Ask them, go have some respect for the old guys, you know, because they've got other knowledge that only comes from years of exposure, all right? And that's valuable stuff. Sometimes you got to sift through some crap, but you know, this is another thing that I want to promote in other younger people, and I know you probably get this too, but you understand me, having done work with me before, but this message is for others as well. It's like, hey, go find somebody who knows what's going on and ask them and have some respect for that in a certain sense. Like, you know, don't just, oh, they're old so they don't know anything. No, they know a lot of stuff you don't. So go check that out too. Otherwise, Chris, thank you. Hope you're doing well out there. Everybody, thanks for writing into the forum. I appreciate it. It helps me create content for you. If you want to get active in this community, in this work, check the links in the description. We do workshops. I've got some video courses. There's other video courses. Come here for a live workshop. They're extremely powerful. Write me in the forum. Drop me a comment. Send me an email. You know, I'm also looking to do stuff with corporations and businesses to help them empower their staff to be more effective, more powerful, have better communication, and work better as a whole and help create a better company culture, more empowered, more enlivening company culture. So if you know anybody that wants to have me do that, hey, invite me. I'd be happy to arrange something with you and at least talk about it. Okay? So that's it. Much love. Take care. Stay calm. Catch you later. Bye.